What's up, y'all? Yeah, excuse me, I'm just having my dinner. Today's movie I want to talk about is a movie that I remember from way back in my childhood. You know, yeah, sorry about that. Have y'all ever had a movie that y'all remember from y'all childhood that y'all still remember to this day, or sometimes that y'all just refer back to it? And whenever y'all try to explain that movie to somebody that you might think have seen it, but they really haven't, and you only meet like only one person in your lifetime that has actually seen that movie that you remember. If that makes any sense to anybody. But anyway, one movie in particular that I've seen that hardly anyone else has seen, or I try explaining to, but they've never seen it before, is a movie called Adventures in Dinosaur City. You know what I'm talking about? Well, for some of y'all who have seen it, then wow, that's news to me. But for some of y'all who have never seen Adventures in Dinosaur City and probably trying to guess exactly what is that movie, well, I'll tell you. Excuse me. Adventures in Dinosaur City was a movie. It was either direct to video or direct to television. It was never in theaters. It was I want to say 1993 or somewhere around the era of the early 90s. And it well, I don't have no box set with it because it was only on television, and I recorded it, and I still have it to this day. But anyway, Adventures in Dinosaur City is a movie about three kids. One's name's Timmy, who's like this the youngest one of the group, and his friend's Mick, who's like a jock, and the third friend is Jamie, who's a story writer girl that with big glasses and the typical 80s style hair and all. Yeah, because this movie really does look post 90s. Well, post 80s I meant, I'm sorry. Now, what these three friends have in common is they like one cartoon called Dinosaurs, which looks like a cross between Ren and Stimpy and the Flintstones. And in that cartoon, it has their main characters are Rex, who's a Tyrannosaurus Rex character, and his friend Tops, who's a Triceratops, and Fory, who's like a pterodactyl. And they pretty much protect their town, Tartown, and Star City from an Allosaurus called Mr. Big. And his cronies are cavemen called Rockies. So, meanwhile, Timmy's parents, who are two scientists, they are doing experiments in their garage with an orange, trying to make it go through a big screen TV by using a laser. Then the orange starts going to, like, I'm sorry though, shape-shifting, similar to like a Beyond the Mind's Eye, because it looked very post 80s into 90s 3D animations type thing. If y'all seen Beyond the Mind's Eye, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, oh man. Anyway, the orange goes to the television, comes back out, then they start going, oh my god, we've discovered this and all that. So they take the orange, they tell Timmy that they're going to their labs and their people so they can tell what they've done. Then while Timmy's parents are gone, Timmy and his two friends go into the laboratory to watch dinosaurs on the big screen. Excuse me. But something goes wrong, and the television becomes a portal and sucks the three friends into the cartoon. But whenever they arrive in the cartoon, it's live action, but it's a cartoon to them. But anyway, they run into Fory, who has no ability to fly because he got hurt or some bullshit. And then the Rockies show up, so they take some kind of fuse. Now the friends can't get back to their real world. So, with the help of Foy, they gotta go to Tartown to get Rex and Tops to stop Mr. Big and get their fuse back and all. So, they go on a journey through the graveyard and all. Then they go to Tartown, and then they find Rex and Tops in a bar where they're gambling and all. So they try to convince them to try to help them get this stuff back so they can get back to their time. And then more Rockies show up in that bar, and then they go into a big old fight, big fight bar and all. So after that fight, they go to Source City, where they find a whole bunch of people evacuating, because whenever the Rockies stole that fuse, it started a chain reaction to where lava started to rise up, and it was going to destroy Source City within 24 hours. So, I have no idea why it went to Source City anyway, but, oh man, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I was just watching the movie too. Fuck. Then the Rockies go into Source City, and they take on Rex and Tops again, and then they wind up kidnapping Timmy, who has a remote control that can rewind and pause and everything with the movie, because it's the cartoon, he's got the remote, he can rewind everything and stop everything and all that. But anyway, Mr. Big finds this interesting, so they go kidnap Timmy and bring him to Mr. Big's power. And then the friends regroup, Rex and Tops find a way to get into Mr. Big's tower, and Mr. Big and Rex have a fight, and then probably one of the cheapest anticlimaxes you ever see, when Timmy takes the remote and then just zaps Mr. Big out of existence. Oh god, that was so stupid. Probably the worst ending that I've ever seen. But anyway, they get the fuse back. Foy learns how to fly, and Mr. Big's tower collapses. Then the three friends go back to their real time, and then Timmy's parents come back, and then Timmy and their friends tell their parents about the stuff, and then it just ends on a cliffhanger when they go back to the thing. But my real thoughts about this movie, I mean, when I was a kid when I saw this movie, it was pretty cool, because during the time, you see in a whole bunch of dinosaur themes coming out. Like, they had Denver the Last Dinosaur, they had dinosaurs with Not the Mama, and especially with Jurassic Park coming out and all. So dinosaurs were everywhere and all, and they just happened to make this thing. And the live action scenes, like with the dinosaurs, the costumes look almost like some that you would see out of that television Dinosaurs and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because from what I heard, that movie was trying to capitalize on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the fight sequences and all. But it was pretty shallow on them. Overall, this movie, if you're lucky enough to even find this movie on, say, like Amazon, or if you happen to illegally download it or something, or if it comes on TV, if it happens to come on TV, or if you find anybody at all that has it on VHS like me. So the movie is okay. It's like, if some random person like you, like, if you've never seen the movie when you were a kid and you watch it, you would say that this was one of the most horrible things you've ever seen, besides the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But if you were a kid and you watch it, you probably have more appreciation over it like me. But if I would have watched it and never saw it as a kid, I'd say that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But I'm not, because I'm a kid. I was a kid when I watched it, so I have more appreciation over it. I'm starting to sound repetitive anyway. But overall, I give the movie a 4 out of 5. Not because shit, if anything, I'd just give it a 2 out of 5, because if I was to say right now, that movie is one of the most shittiest movies I've ever seen. But y'all excuse me, because I'm having a random, my brain's warped right now. 12:15 in the morning, and I gotta get back to eating my dinner. But anyway, Adventures in Dinosaurs. What the fuck was that? Adventures in Dinosaur City. It's an okay kid movie, but if you watch it now, it will probably be shit to you. So, happy hunting.